Record. Cool. Appreciate everybody getting on the call. Thanks so much for spending some of this time, this quality time with us and the family over here, just trying to get better. What's going on, Sean? We're gonna go over some more basic stuff. Not really basic stuff, but some things that I think we all always need to sharpen up with, which is after we getting our phone numbers, after we find our seller, and that time when we have to pick up the phone. I was talking with a couple people this weekend. What's going on, Antoine? I was talking with a couple people this weekend, and we're still missing the mark on some of the appointment setting stuff, and wondering why we're not getting appointments set, right? So I want to be able to make sure that you guys are getting the practice that you need. Kiana, what's up? Dave, what's up? I want to be able to make sure you guys get the practice that you need in order to be efficient at this. So before I get into this appointment setting time frame, this appointment script, this is super important, right? Because what this is going to allow you to do is level up a different percentages as far as how many it's going to take for you to get on an appointment. So how many times are you going to have to call someone to get on an appointment? This saying certain things, not saying certain things, working the flow of the call, that all helps with getting the appointment set. You could call someone and say it one way, and get turned down, and they don't want to do an appointment with you. I could call them and say it a different way and get the appointment with the exact same person. So this is stuff that is super, super important if you want to cut down how many people you have to call to get on appointments. And we all know that calling or getting on appointments is the name of the game, because the more appointments we can get on, the more deals we're going to get. I promise you, if you're getting 20 appointments a month, you're going to get a deal. Okay, 20 good appointments that you've verified. I mean, that you've pre-qualified, right? So what I want to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. And guess what? This is going to be a session where we're going to interact with each other. So make sure you're somewhere where you can talk and you can hear, because we are going to, what's going on, whoever, Levi, what's up, man? At work, okay. Let's go ahead and make sure that you're in a space where you can actually talk and interact, because we're going to be getting into this real quick. Let me see something real quick. All right. Hold up. How do I get back to you guys? There we go. All right. I lost you guys for a second there. All right. We're going to pull up the script. Has everybody been in the course and got a chance to see this script yet? If you haven't, it's in the download section. It's the very, very top portion. And it's obviously setting the appointment script. So what I want to do, let me see who we got, y'all. Let me see. Well, my man, Matt, since you've been in the group for a little bit, but you've been MIA. All right. Have you gotten a chance to see this script? Oh, let me take you off mute. My bad. There you go.
Yeah, I had a chance to see it, but it's been quite some time since I actually practiced it, to be honest.
Cool. All right.
But
perfect.
We'll give it a shot.
Yeah. So we're gonna work on this. Like this is good because everybody gets to kind of see it, hear it, see the good points, the bad points, and we can adjust, right? We can adjust our pitch. So we're just gonna go ahead and read it. All right. I'm gonna let you read it first. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
You're good to go. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to be the potential seller. Okay. And so before we start, what's the whole point of you being on the phone right now?
Well, the point would be to hopefully get an appointment. That's the overall target, right?
That's the whole point. So I tell other people because I want to take the pressure off of everything, right? Because a lot of people, when they get on the phone, they're thinking they have to figure out how they're going to get this house sold or how they're going to get them under contract. And that's not the point of this conversation. So a lot of people carry a lot of weight and a lot of pressure into this conversation, which is then it's transferred through the phone to the seller, right? So this is just a simple conversation. Hey, have you ever, and everybody can answer this question in their head, right? If you've ever bought a house, I'm quite sure you went and saw the house. If you've rented a place before, I'm quite sure you went to go see the place before you rented it, right? If you bought a car before, you probably went and saw the car and test drove the car before you bought it. So this is nothing new. If these people are looking to sell, if they're looking to sell, this is not a big deal to ask them, hey, can I come see the property, right? So reason why I say that is because I want to remove some of that pressure off of you. And obviously it's not as much pressure here, but when you're making a real phone call, remove some of that pressure just by thinking like, man, I'm just doing what's natural. This is a natural transaction right here. Okay. All right. So I am the seller and obviously my name is Tommy. So boom, you pick the phone just rang, ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hi, Tommy. How are you doing today?
I was doing well. I'm doing well, man. Who's this?
My name is Matt Valencia. I'm a local real estate investor. We have a team that goes out and looks for some properties, and we found your property and thought it might fit the portfolio. We came across property at 123 Main Street, and it's my job to do a little bit of research of the property, the owner, and everything's public record nowadays. And I wanted to just reach out to you to see if you had a moment to chat.
Yeah. I got a quick minute. Yeah, sure. All right. Good job. So pause. So we're going to break this thing down here. All right. Number one, you did excellent with, obviously, my name, right? Don't ever call anybody and say, hey, is this Matt? Hey, is this Matt? That automatically sends up a sign that, hey, this is probably a bill collector or somebody I don't want to talk to, right? A telemarketer or something, right? So we always just want to assume that you're calling the right person. Now, the only time I won't do this is if like I'm calling Matt and I obviously hear that like there's a woman's voice, right? So if I hear that there's a woman's voice and this name is obviously a male's name, then I'll change that up a little bit, or vice versa, right? If it's a woman's name, I'm expecting a woman to pick up the phone and I hear a really deep voice that sounds like a man, then I might change that a little bit. But besides that, if they pick up the phone, I'm just going to assume that whoever they are, whoever I'm calling is the person, right? So this next section right here, this is such an important section. If you guys get this section right here, right, if they're looking to sell, it's just going to go smooth because we answer all the questions that a natural person would have, right? A normal person would have. Naturally, they're going to ask you, want to know who you are, what's your name, what do you do, or why are you calling them, how they find their property, and how'd you get their number, right? And then this last section right here is super important. Someone's highlighting stuff on my screen? This last section right here is super important because this is what we call asking permission. We'll talk about that, and it's powerful, okay? All right, so you did really good. One of the things I want you guys to focus on is that we have a limited amount of time. So I want you to do this one again. All right. I want you to do this one again and hold up. Let me know when you're ready. You ready, Matt?
Yep.
All right, go.
Hi, Tommy. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good. Who's this?
My name is Matt Valencia. I'm a local real estate investor. We've got a team of people that go out and look for properties that might fit our portfolio, and we came across 123 Main Street. So it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property, the owner. Everything's public record nowadays, and then just start reaching out to people. Do you have a moment to chat?
Yeah, I do. All right, so you can see here we're at like 26 seconds, right? So our goal is to try to get this thing under 20 seconds. 20 seconds is pretty good, okay? But if you can get it under 20 seconds without it feeling rushed, excuse me, then you're doing pretty good, right? Um, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and go through it with you now. All right. I'm gonna be, the wholesaler. You'll be the person answering the phone. Okay.
Okay.
So just kind of hear how it goes. All right. You ready?
Ring ring.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, who is this?
Hey, man. My name is Tommy, and I'm a local real estate investor. And we have like a team of people that go out and look for properties that might fill our portfolio. And we happen to come across your property at 123 Main Street, and it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner, and everything's public record nowadays. And then reach out to them. Do you have a moment to chat?
Sure.
All right. So all I'm doing is certain spots I speed up. Hold on, I got a little echo. All right, certain spots. I speeding up, just like I would normally talk. So this part right here is really important for me, and it's my job to do a little bit of. I always kind of draw up that little bit, do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. Everything's public record nowadays, and then reach out to them. Do you have a moment to chat? Okay. So I want you guys. You did good, Matt. So we're gonna put you back on mute for a second here. I want you guys. Every person that goes on, we should learn a little bit more about this process, right? I promise you, this part right here is so super important. If you can knock this part out, if they are looking to sell, if they're even remotely interested, your chances of setting that appointment skyrocket. Okay. So I mentioned real briefly that this right here, do you have a moment to chat? That's super important. This is what we call asking permission. All right. So you'll hear me say sometimes, or I will say, hey, I wanted to come check out your property, but I didn't want to step on your property without your permission. Do I have permission to come onto your property? Right? I like to use that word because it's what someone says when someone's asking you for permission. It kind of makes you feel good, like, wow, this person like respects me, and I feel like I'm being respected, right? So when we ask this person, do we have a moment to chat? We're really asking them for permission. Hey, do I have can I have a piece of your time, a piece of your day? The other thing is that you just don't want to go right into your pitch without making sure that they have time, because they might be ready to sit the kids down and, or they got homework to do or whatever, right? They're getting ready to hop in the car and go to work. So we want to make sure that this is a good time. And if it's not, then we want to reschedule that time. Okay. So let me go to Duke. Can you talk while are you driving, or I don't know if you're available. I don't really get the role play with you a little bit. Duke, are you there?
I'm here. Right. I'm driving, Tommy.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind. Don't do that, man. That's not safe.
Thank you.
Right. I'll put you back on mute. All right. Well, next person in my little list over here is Lisa. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me unmute you there, Lisa. Lisa, for some reason, I can't hear you. Maybe test your, do you have a headphone jack in or something, or? If you can, Lisa, try to figure that out real quick, and then we'll come back to you if we can figure it out, all right? I'll put you back on mute there. All right. Anybody else is not at work? I got Rich. You're next to my list. Are you able to talk? Rich, you there? I mean, I can see you. You're unmuted, but I can't hear you. No, I don't got Rich either.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Now we got you.
Yeah, I'm actually in the office at work. I'm actually just listening in right now. I'm trying to finish up and get out of here.
Okay. Alex is at work as well. All right, no problem. We're going to find somebody. We're going to find somebody who's ready to go. Alex is at work. Crystal, what about you?
I'm at church, but I can talk a little.
All right. Can you see this script here?
Yes.
Make it a little bit bigger.
Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous.
That's too big?
No, that's good.
Okay, all right. All right, so we're only focusing on this top part right here, okay?
Okay.
All right. Ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hi, my name is Crystal, and I'm a local real estate investor. And we have a team that goes out and looks for properties that may fit our portfolio. And they came across your property at 123 Main Street. And it's my job to do a little bit of research and on the owner. You know everything is public records nowadays.
Yep. Hello.
And then reach out to them. Sorry, I messed that all up. Do you have a moment to chat?
It's fine. It's better. It's better that you mess it up here. It's okay.
Period.
It's okay. So, first thing, make sure that you're talking to the person, right? Because I mean, unless I missed it, I couldn't really hear. But it sounds like it just went ring, 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 and then you just jumped right into my name is, right?
Yeah, I did.
So I'm gonna say ring, ring, ring. I'm gonna say
Can we
hello.
do it over because it's my first reading it. Let's do it one more time.
We're gonna do it over right now. All right.
Yeah,
ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hi, Tommy.
Yeah. Who this?
Yes, my name is Crystal, and I'm a local real estate investor. And we have a team that goes out and looks for properties that may fit our portfolio. And they actually came across your property at 123 Main Street. And it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. You know, everything is public records nowadays. And then we reach out to them. Would you happen to have a moment?
Yeah, I got a quick second. All right, good. Okay, so that was a lot better flow, right? So a lot of people get kind of hung up on this part right here because it's not grammatically, like if I was to write it out, it's not grammatically correct. But let me just show you how it sounds, okay? And they came across your property at 123 Main Street, and it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. I mean, you know, everything's public record nowadays. And then reach out to them. Do you have a moment to chat? So you see how it sounds. It just sounds like normal conversation, right?
Right.
I put a little emphasis on this because you guys ever been in like a college class or a high school class or something like that, and you have someone that just reads, and it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. You know, everything is public, and it's just a really dry conversation, and before you know it, you didn't checked out and fell asleep. Okay. That's why it's so important to throw those little emphasis on certain words, slow up certain parts, speed up certain parts, to make it interesting enough because you want them to hear this because this is the main portion. Okay? So let's try it one more time.
Okay. Hold on. It's my job.
All right. Hello. Hello.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Wait. Now go.
All right.
Hi,
Hello.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Hi,
Who's this?
Hi, my name is Crystal, and I'm a local real estate investor. And we do have a team that goes out and looks for properties that may fit our portfolio. And they actually came across your property at 123 Main Street. And it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. You know, everything is public records nowadays. And then reach out to them. You know, everything is public records nowadays. And then reach out to them.
Yeah.
Do you have a moment, chat?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
It's my job to do a little bit of research in the owner.
Try saying it like this. Try saying it like this. Try saying it like this. And it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. You know, everything's public record nowadays. Try saying it like that.
Okay. And it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. You know, everything is public records nowadays.
Yeah, you just got to get that part to flow. You know, everything's public record nowadays. It's more of a
everything is public records nowadays.
Yeah, just a little speed it up. I mean, a little faster pace, but that's good.
Okay. And it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. You know, everything is public records nowadays.
Everything's nowadays.
You know, everything is public records nowadays.
There you go. and then reach out to them.
And then reach out to them.
Listen to this is the way I say it, and then reach out to them. See the different, listen, everything's public record nowadays, and then reach out to them. It's just making it more.
And then reach out to them.
There you go. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Do you have a moment to chat? Like I always say, people, I use this word.
I'm like, that was so scary.
Yes, it is if you don't do it often.
I like this getting put on the spot.
Yeah, but that's what we're here for. Put you on the spot. Make you feel more comfortable.
I like it a lot.
Using this word chat right here is just very, very informal, right? Even though you don't really use it a lot as in normal, or probably don't use it a lot in normal everyday conversation. But doing this, it just makes it really informal. And it's also keeping the conversation interesting as well. All right. Good job, though. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. Put you on mute. Who else is not at work right now? So I don't bother you guys. If you're at work or you can't talk, just put it in the chat. I won't call on you.
I'll try it, Tommy.
All right. Who's that? I can't. Where are we at?
Kiana.
Kiana. Okay. So, all right. A little volunteer action. All right. All right. So we got it. Ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hi, Tommy.
Yeah. Who's this?
My name is Kiana, and I'm a local real estate investor. And we have a team that goes out and look for properties that might fit our portfolio. And they came across your property. And it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. Everything is public records now. And then reach out to them. Do you have a moment to chat?
Sure. Yeah, I got a little time. All right, cool. That was pretty good. Trying to find something to help you with that. That's one thing. You didn't mention the actual address, and this is real because people will say, well, there's some people that have 4 or 5 properties, and I get this quite a bit. If you make phone calls, you'll say, well, which property are you talking about? Okay. Right? So
I thought I did, but I don't remember saying it. How did you say that?
Yeah. You didn't say 123 Main Street. It's okay. But do that because like I said, the whole point of this is to take away all the questions that a normal person would want to ask you. So when you answer all the questions that they have before they even ask the question, then they're like, oh, wow, they already answered all that. Well, the only thing they're thinking about is whether or not they have time to talk or not. Make sense?
Makes sense.
All right. Let's get it one more time. Ring, ring, ring. Yeah, hello?
Hi, Tommy.
Hey, who's this?
My name is Kiana, and I'm a local real estate investor, and we have a team that goes out and look for properties that might fit our portfolio. And it came across your property at 123 Main Street. And it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. Everything is public record nowadays. And then reach out to them. Do you have a moment to chat?
Yeah, I got a quick second. All right, perfect. Okay, cool. So sounds really good. How does it feel to you? Does it feel like it's natural?
Yeah, I mean, that's just how I talk on the phone, though. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's do it again. I'm going to be the person calling. I'm going to be the host. Okay. All right. So you ring. Hey, Kiana.
Yes.
Hey, my name is Tommy, and I'm a local real estate investor, and we have a team that goes out and looks for properties that might fit our portfolio. And they came across your property on 123 Main Street, and it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. Everything's public record nowadays, and then reach out to them. You got a quick moment to chat?
Sure.
All right, perfect. All right, so you see how it's just like. This is my opinion of it, and this is my opinion of it. If you kind of read it and you don't throw a little bit of personality into it, it just sounds like it's a commercial. And we don't want to sound like a commercial because we want to sound genuine and we want to sound friendly and we want to sound like a real person that's relatable, right?
Oh, okay.
It's the main reason why a lot of people don't like to sell to big companies. They'd rather sell to mom and pop because they're more relatable, right? And we want to be as relatable as possible. Let's just try it a little bit, one more time, and just try to throw in something like you would just, like I'm an acquaintance and you're talking to me.
Oh, so I need to slow down.
Not necessarily slow down, like So you're drawing it out to like a 25-second, evolution, but slow enough where just to a right point, like a conversational point. Peace, let's just say.
Okay, I'll try it.
All right, let's get it. Ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hi, Tommy.
Hey, who's this?
My name is Kiana, and I'm a local real estate investor. And I have a team that goes out and look for properties that might fit our portfolio. And it came across your property at 123 Main Street. And it's my job to do a little research on the property and the owner. Everything is public record nowadays. And then reach out to them. Do you have a moment to chat?
Yeah, I think I got a quick second. What's up? All right, cool. How did that one feel? I almost felt like that one was less natural for you.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it is, because that's how, like, literally the point that you said about sounding like private commercial, I get told that when I do my videos. I think it's just how I sound sometimes, but yeah. I know.
All right.
I feel you. I keep practicing.
Just keep practicing. All right.
I'm gonna keep practicing.
All right. Appreciate it. Let me see who else we got. Yeah. Did anybody put anything in the chat? So everybody else is not at work or can read or talk at this moment. Rich, I think I already called her Rich. Willie, are you available? Or Nakia? Either one. Trevor takes himself off mute first. Ready, fight. No, yes.
Can you hear me, Tommy?
Yes.
Ah.
Now we out here.
I had to switch microphones. I don't know what that was about, but.
Got you. We're good. You ready now, right? You heard it a couple times?
Yep, I heard it.
Is this the first time you're seeing this?
Yes.
Okay. No problem. We're going to get through it together.
Okay, it's all good. This is just practice. No worries.
Just practice.
Yep.
If you mess it up, your monthly payments double. No, it's fine. All right.
Wait.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello?
Hi, Tommy.
Hey, yeah, who's this?
My name is Lisa, and I'm a local real estate investor. And we have a team that goes out and look for properties that might fit our portfolio. And they came across your property at 123 Main Street. And it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. Everything is public record nowadays. And then reach out to them. Do you have a moment to chat?
Yeah, actually, I got about 10 minutes. That was really good. Really good. I always like to find something to critique, but that was pretty good. I didn't measure. I didn't check the time, but I think you were probably around that 20 seconds. Let's do it one more time. And,
let's stop with the win. We don't.
let's do it one more time.
Okay.
We always want to see if we can do better, right?
Right. Cool.
All right. Ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hi, Tommy.
Yes.
My name is Lisa, and I'm a local real estate investor. And we have a team that goes out and looks for properties that might fit our portfolio. And they came across your property at 123 Main Street. And it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. Everything is public record nowadays. And then reach out to them. Do you have a moment to chat?
Yes. All right, cool. So yeah, you're right around that 20 seconds. You're right, like 23 seconds actually.
Okay.
But it sounds pretty good to me. If anybody else has any critiques, you can chime in as well. But we really want to make sure that we get this right. But it does sound good. Sounds good to me. This section right here, just make sure this is really natural. And this is my job to do a little bit of research on the property and owner. Everything's public record nowadays. And then reach out to them. You can even do like the body language. Like I literally will do the same body language like that I'm doing right now. Like I sag my shoulders.
Right, to help with your inflection a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Right. This part right here, everything is public record nowadays. It's kind of like a build up here, and then this is a letdown. It's my job to do a little bit of research on the property owners and watch my shoulders. you know, everything's public record nowadays. It's kind of like you're just kind of letting the pressure of the moment off, right? And they can feel that, you know, smiling over the phone, they can feel that. So good stuff,
But
though.
I like that verbiage because it takes away the, well, how did you find me type of thing. So it sort of answers that question before it's asked.
And that's exactly, if someone called you out of the blue, they'd be like, yo, how'd you get my number?
Yep.
They'll be
Facts.
asking that question. So that's why we're answering these questions up top. Perfect.
Cool.
Good job. All right. Put you back on mute there.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes. Who's this? Let me see.
Antoine.
Antoine, what's up, man?
Yeah, not much. I was driving, but I stopped. You know, I want to go ahead and get up a bit.
You want to hop in here? All right.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't did it in a while, to be honest, but I need to go ahead and work on it.
Word. Let's get it. All right. I'm trying to find where you at on my screen here, but I can't see you. Oh, there you go. All right. Word. Let's get it. Ring. Hello?
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah. Who this?
Hey, my name is Antoine. I'm a local real estate investor. We have a team out that goes and look for properties that may fit our portfolio. We came across yours at 123 Main Street, and it's my job to do a little research about the property and the owner. You know, nowadays, everything is on public records, and do a little research on them. Do you have a moment to chat?
Yeah, I got a quick second. All right. So you see how until we really make this thing our own, like don't try to deviate from it, right? Try to stay on it until you really have a good feel for it. Because once you have a good feel for it, then you just break it. You're just going to break it down into the key things like your name, what you do, right? You're an investor. You know why they're calling you, because you have a team that found your property. Everything's public record. You have a moment to chat, right? So when you get the feel for it, you can break it. You can switch things around. So because it's not really any specific order that those need to be in. You just need to make sure you hit all those key points.
Okay.
Right? But until then, let's just keep it with this. And where you want to add your personality into it is like the ums and the ahs, right? Or you drawing out a little bit of research, right? Dropping your shoulders here. Like that's where you want to add your personality into it, but not really changing the words. Make sense?
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Hey, cool. And also a quick question. How do you go about, can you wholesale a gas station? Is that hard?
Can you wholesale a gas station?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can wholesale because that's just a commercial property. You can wholesale commercial property. But yeah, we can talk about that once we get done. We go to the Q&A section.
Right. You gotta. Okay, cool.
All right. Ring. Hello, Antoine, you there?
Oh, hey, Tommy.
Hey, what's up, man? Who's this?
My name is Antoine. I'm a local real estate investor. We have a team that goes out and look for properties that might fit our portfolio, and we came across the property at 123 Main Street. And it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property and the owner. You know, everything is public record these days, and then go out and do some research on them. Do you have a moment to chat?
Yeah, I got a quick moment. All right, so remember, what I want you to do, your homework for tonight, is to get this and just read this. I want you to read this at least 20 times, just this black section right here, just this top section.
Wow.
At least 20 times, and get really familiar with this and how to say it. And just talk like you were talking like to me, like if you weren't reading it, but get used to saying this. Get used to knowing that, okay, I got to draw out this little bit. I got to speed up right here, property and the owner. You know, everything's public record nowadays. So it doesn't sound so monotone and just like it doesn't sound so red, right?
Right, no, I got you.
Read it, try to make it sound like you're not reading it, right?
Right.
All right, cool. All right, let's move on to another section here. So I think everybody has heard this part a couple of times now. This section right here, if they say no, obviously, if they say no, then, you know, cool. They don't have time to talk because that's what we're asking them about, right? We don't want to let go of that. We don't want to just give up on them. We want to find out, well, you know, when's the best time for us to call back and chat, right? When's the best time that we can do this? So no problem. When would be the best time to call back and chat? And we're asking them, hey, you know, when can we set this up? They give you a time and date, whatever, you just write it down, you move on. All right, great, and hang up. All right, but if they say yes, they have time to talk, then we move on to this section. We say, well, great. Well, the property on Main Street, what are we looking to do with that? Guys, girls, listen to me. This part right here, just keep this simple. Don't ask a whole bunch of questions. Do not ask them, are they selling the property or are they trying to flip the property? Don't put any thoughts into their head. You just want to know, what are they looking to do with that? I literally want you to say this. This is one of the ones I want you to say verbatim, right? If they say yes, they have time to talk, great. Well, the property on Main Street, what are you looking to do with that? And just leave it at that and let them talk. Let them just talk for as long as they want to talk. They want to talk for the next 20 minutes and tell you their life story. Let them talk for 20 minutes and tell you their life story, okay? What you're looking for is just the pain points in that conversation. Because when you ask them, what are they looking to do with that? And they go on a rampage for the next 15, 20 minutes about how they bought that house with their ex-baby, their baby daddy, and he left, and then he went over here and did this, and he did that with her, and this and that, and all of a sudden they're just telling you everything. You're building more and more rapport with them. The more they talk, the more they trust you, and people buy or sell with people that they like, know, and trust. So if they're talking to you, that means they're trusting you, okay? And you just want to hear everything they're doing, and you want to listen for the pain point. So if they have a pain point like that one I just gave you, that they bought it with their baby daddy and he left, and now they're struggling to pay for it, well, that's the pain point, okay? So now we got to figure out, how do we solve that pain, right? So great. Well, the property on Main Street, what are you looking to do with that? Really short, sweet, easy sentence, but so important because it leads you into what the pain is. Can't tell you how many times we call people and they'll tell us exactly what we need to know. The house was left to me, and we can't afford to pay the taxes on it, or they didn't went inside it and they didn't ripped all the plumbing out of the house and blah, 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 right? You got all the information that you need right there, right? All right, so cool. Next thing, if they say they want to sell it, okay, great. They get into it, they're like, yeah, you know what, we're thinking about selling it. We kicked around the idea. It's me and my brothers, we own it. It was willed to us, and right now it's vacant. But we're thinking about selling if the price is right. Why are you looking to buy? You say, yeah, okay, great. Yeah, we're definitely looking to buy something within the next month. Okay, most people are not liquid enough to buy a house within a month. So when you're telling them, hey, I'm looking to buy something within the next month, you're giving them the idea that, wow, you're a serious buyer. Like, you're someone who can close on this property quickly. You can solve this problem for them quickly. Do you think your property would make a better flip or a better rental? That question right there is really like a filler question. It's really there to get them just talking again. Again, we want them to like, know, and trust us. And believe it or not, when you're in a conversation with someone, they really don't care what you have to say, right? They want to talk. And they'll say that they had a conversation with you. If you've only said hello and they talked for the next 10 minutes, they'll leave away saying, man, that was a great conversation. And really they did all the talking, right? So we're just trying to get them to talk and feel more and more comfortable, all right? So that's really what that is. So you can use that for a little bit of information. If it's a better rental, you might want to ask them why do they think that? But, it might be due to the demographics. It might be due to the neighborhood, the type of house. You can kind of expound upon that. But if you're getting to this point in the conversation already, most likely you've already established what their pain point is. And you've already told them that they're looking to buy. If you've gotten to this point right here, you probably have a very, very high chance of getting on this appointment. A very, very high chance of getting on the appointment. It's pretty much going to flow smoothly after that. All right. All right. So let me see. Let me try to pick on somebody. My man Siv. Yeah.
What's up, man?
All right. We're going to try and run this joint from the top all the way to down here. Okay, great. You see that part right here? You ready?
Ready about the yellow?
right above. You see? Can you see my cursor? Or am I?
Right there. Yeah. Okay. The green.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right to this part right here, where it says okay, great, because we're looking to buy something within the next month. We'll go all the way to that part. All right.
Ready?
Word. Okay. Ring, ring, ring. Hello.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah. Who's this?
Hey, my name is Siv. I'm a local real estate investor, and we have a team that goes out and looks for properties that might fit our portfolio. And they came across your property at 123 Main Street, and it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property. And you know everything's public record nowadays. And then reach out to them. Do you have a moment to chat?
Yeah. I got about 10 minutes before I have to step out the door to go to work. What are you guys looking for? What's up?
Oh, okay. No problem. When would be the best time to call back and chat?
Man, I'm pretty much booked, man. Maybe sometime next week. If you give me a phone call back next week, that'd be great.
Sure. If I give you Tuesday next week at 10, and I think I'm free also Friday at 10. Would those be a perfect time for you?
Tuesdays are bad for me. All right, let me stop you right there. Siv,
Okay.
why did you go into this section?
Where do we go? Oh, we're right there. No problem. Well, he said 10 minutes, but if it's gonna take more than 10 minutes.
Nah, you can work magic in 10 minutes, man.
For you?
Because once you get into this section right here, right? Once you get through this and you find out they're looking to sell, then you could pretty much end that conversation, right? Because your point is getting on the appointment, right? Getting on the appointment and qualifying, making sure that you let them know that you're an investor, that we don't buy retail. So they have kind of an idea that they're not getting the top dollar. Once you've done that, you're getting on the appointment, right?
Let's do it again.
All right, cool. Ring, ring, ring. Hello?
Hey, Tommy?
Yeah. Who's this?
My name is Siv. I'm a local real estate investor, and we have a team that goes out and looks for properties that might fit our portfolio. They came across your property at 123 Main Street, and it's my job to do a little bit of research on the property. And you know everything's public record nowadays. And then reach out to him. You have a moment to chat?
Yeah. I got like 10 minutes before I have to run and pick up the kids. But yeah, what's up?
Great. Well, the property on Main Street, what are you looking to do with that?
Man, I'm looking to. I'm probably going to be selling here in the future. I don't know how quickly. We're still trying to decide with me and my brother. We both own it, but we're probably going to look at the sell. We just had some tenants that were in there, and they kind of tore the place up a little bit. So we're thinking about fixing it up and then putting it on the market. But it just really depends on, I'm really super busy at work, man. Overtime is kicking our butt. So, but maybe in a couple of months we might be looking to sell. I don't know. Are you looking to buy or what?
Oh yeah, okay, great. Because we're looking to buy something within the next month. Do you think your property would be a better flip or a rental?
We were going to make it into a rental, but we got to do the work on it though. We got to kind of, put some work into it to make it, habitable, because they messed it up in the inside.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about what we do. We find the properties that can add value to and provide you with a free cash offer. After we take a closer look at it, if both of us agree on a price, then we do three things. We would rather buy the house to renovate it and then resell it, or we would buy the house to renovate and rent it out. Occasionally, I'll partner with another investor and help them do the same thing, either renovate or rent it out. But whatever strategy we use, you'll get the price we agreed upon. So if you like that offer, and now I'd like to ask you a couple of quick questions about your property. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, so far that sounds pretty good. All right, cool. You went a little bit farther, but that's dope. That's pretty good.
Okay.
I know is that the first time you read that, or have you ever read it in a while?
Yeah, I'm just reading it right from the script.
All right. So you see, it's going to walk you right into some of the questions. But I want you guys to hear this. Pay attention to this, guys. So if this happens, so remember what I said to him. Yeah, I got about 10 minutes, right? Because this right here, you can get through this quickly if he answers the questions directly, definitely within 10 minutes, right? But let's just say I didn't say 10 minutes. Yeah, I got like 3 minutes. Okay. And I get to this point of the property on Main Street. What are you looking to do with that? And they give me that same story. Like, all right, perfect, Civ. Well, listen, I completely understand. I had a friend that actually had that property where they went in there and they tore it up. And they had to get in there and renovate it, and it cost them a couple $1,000s. But let me tell you a little bit about what we like to do, man. We're really simple. We're easygoing. We're going to come out there and take a look at the property, just see if it fits us. And one of the three things happens. I'm either going to buy it to flip it, buy it to rent it, or every once in a while, I'll partner with an investor and we'll help them do the exact same thing. But either way, if me and you agree upon a price, you're going to get that price. Is that fair enough? They'll say yes, or they'll say no. They'll probably say, most people are going to say yes, because how can you argue with that? If I agree upon a price, I'm basically asking them a question that I already know the answer to. If me and you, Civ, agree upon a price, and I give you that price, isn't that fair?
Yeah, yes.
Exactly. So there's nothing else they can say but yes, right? And so we're getting them in the habit of saying yes. So we want to try to always get people to say yes. We want to get them in the habit to say yes as many times as possible. So when it's time for us to ask them, can we buy their house for a discounted rate, they say yes. They're just naturally start to do it. Okay. But I need to get off the phone with this person, right? Because he told me he only had like 3 minutes. Like, so this is real simple, man. The next part of this process is just for me to come out there and just put eyes on the property. We drove by it and saw it, but we didn't want to go on the property without your permission. So do I have your permission to come out there and take a look at the property, walk around and maybe see the inside of it?
Sure.
All right, perfect, Sid. Well, listen, I got Friday at 4 p.m. or Sunday at 10 a.m. Which one of those two dates would work better?
Sunday would be a better day for me.
Sunday at 10 a.m. All right, perfect. I'm going to be at 123 Main Street on this Sunday at 10 a.m. Can you promise to do me a quick favor, though, Civ?
What's that?
All right, listen, it's real simple. All I just need you to do, I'm coming out there to check your property, and we're not looking to just look. We're going out there to actually to try to buy your property, right? So I want to come out there and meet with you and see your property. But if for any reason you can't make it there at 10, something comes up, life happens, can you just promise me that you give me a quick phone call to let me know, so that way I don't come out there and can't see the property?
Sure, I'll probably text you though. Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine. Yeah, as long as you can just let me know beforehand, that'd be great.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Well, I'm gonna see you on Sunday at 10 a.m. at Main Street, and I'll see you there. Appreciate it, Siv. Take care.
Sure.
All right, cool. So that's what you're gonna skip to. You're gonna skip all this. If they only have a couple of minutes and they're rushing you off the phone, you've already established that they're looking to sell. All right. You let them know that you're an investor, so they're not expecting retail. All right. And now you just got to get on that appointment. So you're gonna skip this portion to get on that appointment. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. All right, appreciate it, man. We're gonna open up for questions. Any questions?
I have a question. So
Yes.
how can we know if they're like a motivated seller? Because like from the script, it's just checking to see like if we can go view the house, but how do we know if they're even motivated? Because some people may want us to come out here to see if we'll give them retail,
Cool. Very good. Very good question. Very good question. So a question, how do we know if they're motivated sellers? So what I'll do is I will let them know that we're investors and that we're in it to make a profit, right? So you can say, hey, Crystal, we're investors. We're looking to buy and flip it. We're in it we have to obviously make a profit. This is how we make our living. So we can't buy properties at retail, but that's why we're also looking for properties that we can do work on. And so they'll understand that at that point that they're not going to get a retail price. Now, there's other people that will ask them on the spot, and you can do this if you feel comfortable with it. You can ask them, how much are they looking to sell? Or how much are they looking to get? What I like to use is what makes you happy, right? So, there's a lot of different ways to do this, but in the script we have let me see. All right, here's it right here. Do you see where you see this right here, Crystal?
Yeah.
All right, it says, well, let's hope we can come to an agreement on a number that works for both of us so that you don't have to, whatever your problem is, right? So if we took care of all the closing costs and could close in less than 30 days, what would your bottom number be? Right? And they'll say, a lot of times they'll say, well, you give me a number. I don't want to give you a number. Like pretty much, I think probably about 70, 80% of the time they're going to say that. Okay. And then you have to go back and forth with this. But if you just follow the script, the green means you go from green to green. If you get to a part where they say no, or they don't give you an answer that you like, that's a red. And the reds are designed to get you to a green. And then you just kind of move on from the greens, right? And if you run into another one where you can't get into it and you just get into a red, you ask those questions and the red will turn you into a green, okay? Unless they're just like being, a jerk or whatever. They just really don't want to do anything with you. Does that make sense? Thumbs up?
Yes, thank you. And I have one more question.
All right.
So I was cold calling a guy, and then he said that he was actually going to fix up his home, but he was older, so I really doubted. So I was like nervous.
He
I was like,
fix up the home?
But I plan on calling him back next month. Can you hear me?
You said he was planning on fixing the home?
Yeah, he was planning on fixing up the home himself, but he was like a very older guy, like probably in his 80s. So I really doubted. So at the time, I was like really nervous. So I was like, okay, but I plan on calling back next month. So is that a great idea? And like, what else can I say, or can I just call to check up on it?
What was his problem?
So it was a vacant home or whatever. And it's not a problem. He just wants to flip it up and he wants to rent it out. But it's been there for a while, so I doubt it.
Why did you ask him why it's been vacant for so long?
No, I did a horrible job, but I'm gonna do better. So I'm gonna call.
Okay.
I'm gonna call back.
Now, you did a great job because you were able to get on the phone with him, right? So you're just gonna call him back and say, why haven't you had it, what's going on with the property? Why haven't you fixed it up already? Because you have to fix a problem.
Okay.
You have to fix a problem, or you're no value to him, right? So once you find out what the problem is, then you can offer some solutions. But until then, you're just someone who's annoying him, right? So figure out what his problem is, and then go from there.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, anybody else? No one else has any questions? Let me see here. I believe, Antoine, didn't you have a question about a commercial property?
Hello? Yeah, I was just driving. I was asking about I deliver, right? And so basically this guy owns a gas station, and like I said, now I'm asking everybody, I'm trying to build up my cash buyers and whatnot. So he was like, well, I'm selling this gas station here. He owns in a prime location. He gave me the price he was looking for, and like when I get home, I'm gonna do some homework. But yeah, he's been in it for a long time, and basically he's just ready to sell it. It's a decent size gas station. It's a store. So I don't know. I'm gonna start to do a little homework on it and see, but I don't know.
Okay, so wholesaling commercial property is a little different. Is a lot different than wholesaling residential property. Okay, or even maybe wholesaling commercial property that is non-resident based is different, because now we're talking about if he has a gas station plus a corner, or like a little store or whatever, like all that is going to factor into the value of the property, right?
Right.
So that's something. So it's going to be something where you're going to have to it's not something you're going to be able to find like comps on as easy, because the comps are not just the value of the home, it's the value of the business. See what I'm saying?
Right. All right.
So, you know, it's going to be a little bit difficult. You can't just like look on Zillow and see what, you know, the nearest gas station sold for in the last 12 months. It's not going to come
Right.
up. So you're going to have to do more of a business cost comparison. So you're going to need all of his numbers, all of his gross revenue, and all of his expenses, and then put that together in a package. Once you have that information, you can figure out what the return on investment would be if you sold it at X, right? And then that way you can package it that way. Does that make sense?
Okay. It do. And should I, like I said, I befriended a few realtors. You think I should, someone that kind of trusts or kind of, you know, see if they can partner in on that and get, to help me get the numbers and everything together?
If you bring realtors, like a realtor, like what's their incentive? If you're going to wholesale it, then there's no incentive for them, right?
Right.
Unless they're going to take off the real estate agent hat and kind of step into the world of wholesaling. There's no incentive for them to,
Right.
Unless they just want to hook you up.
Right. Right. Gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. All right, anybody else got questions?
I got a quick question for you, man.
All right.
So, I mean, as you know, I've been kind of on and off with this whole thing, right? So now that I'm trying to get back, I guess, rededicated and refocused towards this, where do you think I should start to get everything rolling again? Is there any kind of
I guess it really depends on what you remember, because if you kind of forgot some of the basic stuff like from the beginning of the course, then start there. So that's kind of a hard question to answer because I don't know what you remember.
Yeah, I guess that is a hard question to answer.
Yeah. So if you don't remember what an ARV is, then yeah, you definitely need to go back to ARV and figure out what that is. Some people might not even remember that, got confused with the term wholesaling. So you know what I'm saying? So go back to whatever wherever you feel the friction at least we feel the least comfortable at, and then go back to that module and start from there.
Okay. All right, that works. Thanks, man.
No problem. I saw Levon, you got your hand up. I'm gonna lower your hand and unmute you real quick. Oh, that's right, Levon, I forgot, man. First of all, hold up. Everybody give my man a round of applause because he got his first deal there. Good job, man. Good job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Drinks on Levon.
Yeah. So quick question. So in terms of closing, do you always double close or do you just do one closing?
I've never double closed.
Got you.
So for everybody who doesn't know what a double close is when you have to close. So if I'm just going to leave these people's names here. So Lisa is selling her house. I am the wholesaler. Okay. And Crystal is buying the house. She's my buyer. And so double close would mean, okay, great. So a double close would mean that I actually purchase her house. I would purchase Lisa's house for about 20, 30 minutes, really, okay? So I actually close on the house with my money or with transactional funding, okay? Which there's a whole business model of providing transactional funding for double closing, okay? So if I do that, and then immediately, like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, Crystal is the actual end buyer, then she actually buys it from me. So that means she closes again. You see what I'm saying? So there's two closings, which means two closing fees, which means I'm paying a closing fee or I can negotiate it. And Crystal is paying a closing fee, okay? So that's a double close. I try to avoid those because there's a waste of money. The only time that people do this is if you got like some crazy, like huge wholesale fee and you just don't want. Let's say Lisa was selling me her property for $10,000 and I went ahead and I found Crystal to buy it for $100,000. Then I'll pay that 3% little closing fee. because I don't want, when I get down to the closing table, I don't want anything popping up that's like, well, why didn't you tell me you would get $100,000? Well, Lisa, you were perfectly happy with $10,000. Isn't that what you said you wanted? She said, yeah. Well, but when you get to the closing table, you can see how that can be an issue, right? Some people, they'll sell a property and they're just, at the moment, they're so tired of it, they just want to get rid of it. They don't care. They're like, I don't want nothing to do with it. Just take it. But when it's time to make money, especially if it's a lot of money, they'll be like, oh, well, maybe now I want this. You understand what I'm saying? So I haven't had that happen. So I've never had the double close, and I never will double close.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I hear that from different people where they say they always double close. But in my situation, I didn't double close. Like, I let the buyer actually asked me like if I was going to wholesale it, and I told the buyer the truth. Yeah, I'm going to wholesale it. He didn't care as long as I was able to close the deal within 10 days. So.
And that's exactly, and so that's the good thing about being upfront with people, and letting them know that you're making money. Like, listen, I do this to make money. And I show my buyers exactly what I'm making. Some people don't like to do that and just let them find out at the closing table. But in my contracts, they see what I'm making. So and my logic behind that is this: when I send you the property and you do your numbers, you have made a mental decision, an intelligent decision based off of numbers that you are willing to pay this amount of money for that property, right? So what does it matter if I'm making $10,000 or if I'm making $30,000? You've already established that it was a good deal for you. You understand?
Yeah.
So when I break it down to them like that, and this is also going into, we've talked about this before, but I know we got some people that are new, so we'll start talking about some other things as well. But when we call our buyers, and we put them on our buyers list, this is important why we have to qualify our buyers. So we don't just say, hey, this is what I do. Can I put you on my buyers list? And they say, yeah, great. And we just move on about our life. We have to qualify them and make sure that they understand that this is what we do. We're in it to make money. Sometimes I'm going to make a little bit of money. Sometimes I'm going to make a whole bunch of money. And if you're okay with your portion of the money, does that matter to you? And you have to ask them some of those questions, and Max does a really good job. He says, sometimes I'll find a property and I'll get it for $1 and I'll sell it to you for $60,000. But if it fits your profit margin, is that a problem for you? Right? And if they say yes, it's a problem, then just don't add them to your buyers list because there's going to be headaches. They're always going to be looking over your shoulder to see how much money you're making. They're always going to be counting your money. But here's the thing, I found out one of my buyers, right? I did some numbers on this property, and I was thinking that this buyer, once he flipped it, he was probably going to make about $60,000 on it, right? And so I sold it to him, and I found out later that I made some miscalculations, and he made almost $100,000. Guess who didn't get a refund check? I didn't get no extra money, right? He wasn't going to call me up and say, hey, Tommy, man, I made $40,000 more than what you were expecting. Let me break you off about 10 grand. That's not going to happen. So I don't worry about that. My money is my money. Make sense?
Yeah. And you said you also let the seller know as well, right? How much money you make?
The seller, no, I don't typically let the seller know. It's the buyer. I might have said seller. If I did say seller, that's a mistake. The buyer, let the buyer know.
Okay.
The buyer know. So the seller, what I tell the seller, this is how you break it down to the seller. This is a very good question. A lot of people are worried about. In the beginning, I was worried about, the seller's going to find out how much that I'm making money off this. Well, of course, you're making money off it, right? So what I tell the seller, one thing you can tell the seller is like, listen, the difference between doing it this way and going through a traditional real estate agent is that if you go to a traditional real estate agent and I sell the property for you, whose money does that come out of? And you let them answer that, right? They're going to think about it and like, oh man, that comes out of my money, right? When you do it with this way, the people who pay me is the people who are buying the property. So whatever money is due to you goes directly to you.
Mhm.
So they understand that you're getting paid, but you're getting paid from the buyer. So that's a completely different perspective from, oh, you're taking that from your pocket versus, no, the buyer's paying you this fee. If the buyer wants to pay you $100,000, I don't care, right? Like if you're the seller and I'm the wholesaler and Danielle is the buyer, right? If Danielle wants to pay me $100,000, you know, it is what it is. That's what Danielle's paying me. That's not coming out of your money.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Got you. Okay.
Cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, man.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, and this is sort of that you kind of segued into my question. I have a potential seller, and she has this number that she wants to sell. It's an okay number. The deal is doable, but I'm trying to get it from doable to great. And I need her to come down about 15,000. So just like what you were saying, other than closing costs, is there like a formula or a certain percentage that they would be saving getting a cash buyer versus a realtor?
Real
Like
estate
10% or like what are the closing costs other than?
So real estate agent fees would be about 6%. Okay?
Right, got that.
And then closing costs is 3%. So that's 9% total between the real estate and closing costs. Does that bring you down to your number?
Yeah, actually it does. In my head I was gonna tell her 10%, but I needed to justify it with real words. So
yeah. So you got your real estate agent, and I'm a realtor. So if I sell your house, I'm gonna charge you 6%. 3% is gonna go to me, and 3% is gonna go to the buyer's agent. And so that's 6% right there. And then 3% they're gonna pay in closing costs.
Perfect.
Right? So they're saving together 9%. And what you can always do is do this. You can get them under contract. Let's say that doesn't work. Let's say you need to get them under contract. It's an okay deal. You're trying to make it a great deal.
Right.
So you get them under contract, and you got to understand the psychology of that process. So at that moment, they just signed a paper that they're going to get, I don't know how much, let's say $50,000, right? Most people, when they have that contract and they sign that they're going to get $50,000, in their mind, they've already spent $50,000, right? They're already planning on what they're going to do, what vacation they're going to go on, what problem they're going to fix, what car they're going to buy, what down payment on the house they're going to get. They're spending that money already. So if you need them to come down, what you can do is get them under contract for the price that you have. And during I hope you have an inspection period, right? You should have an inspection period. I would 10-day inspection period. During your inspection period, you can come back to them and say, listen, especially towards the end of the inspection period, you tell them, listen, we're looking at this, and be honest, be truthful, right? So if there's anything in the house that was not was overlooked or might cost more once your contractor got out there, hey, my contractor came out here, or I didn't notice that, we're going to have to replace all the windows. All the windows, all this stuff is going to come down to an extra, whatever price point you come up with. Because like I said, I don't want to teach you to lie, right? So you come up with some real numbers, right? And say, listen, we're getting close to the end of this my inspection period, and I really, really want to get this house. So we're going to need to renegotiate because I have to factor in these extra costs. Okay. And they're not going to want to do it. Right. And it's not going to be a fun conversation. But the thing that happens is that they start to realize all right, I'd rather get some of this money than get none of this money. Right. And so they'll be more inclined to go ahead and take a price reduction. And it's something that a lot of wholesalers do, like without having a real reason, just to make more money, which I don't agree with. Right. But if you have a real reason to get the price down, then use it. You understand what I'm saying? There was a house that we were trying to sell, and I thought it was a good number, and it just wasn't selling. Investors just weren't thinking they thought it needed to be down lower. So I had to come back to them and say, listen, I can't move this property at this price. All the investors I brought, they're saying it needs to be at least $10,000 cheaper. Are you willing to come down? And they said, yeah. right?
So at that point, you then circled back to the investors that kind of nibbled the first time and said, "Hey, here's the new price point."
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I got the price reduced down 10,000 like you asked. Where can we sign the contract? Right?
Okay. Yeah, we shall see. She's definitely gonna net over $100,000.
Who, the buyer?
The seller.
Oh, the seller.
But
Okay.
the buyer too. But the issue, not the issue, but it's a full rehab. So it's a special, it's not, for the faint of heart, it's just in a great location. It's up north. The end buyer absolutely could potentially make over 100 grand if they do an upscale rehab.
Shoot, they better be happy with that price. They're gonna make over $100,000. How much money are they risking?
But it's gonna take at least 100, at least. I mean, I'm talking new roof,
So they're gonna be in it for. You said the seller's gonna make 100.
Oh no, so the seller wants 215.
Okay.
I want to get the seller at 199.
Okay. And at 199, what would they net?
Gosh, it's downstairs. I think she would net I think she owes 80. So 120 maybe.
Okay. Yeah. I think you could get them down to that.
I think she's stuck on 215 because she had a contract at 215 and it fell through.
So use that information. Say, listen,
Okay.
we tried to move it at 215. It's the exact same thing happened with the other contract.
She didn't tell me that, her son did, but I'm thinking that's where the number came from. I can't find any other justification for it.
So she doesn't know that she doesn't know that they had a contract that fell through at 215.
No, I didn't mention it to her. I don't know if her son lives in home. She lives in Florida.
Okay.
But he's ready to join her in Florida.
I was talking with your son, and the same thing. He already mentioned that there was a contract that was out for 215 and it fell through. And I really, really like this house, but I really hate to see this contract fall through, just over a little bit of over.
That's perfect, right? Because I know, it's not as if she owes 200 or something. So, okay, that's perfect. And you gave me the percentage of 9%. Great. Yeah, I just need some positive vibes, and I'm ready to lock her up tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah, that 9% is more than that 15.
Yep, I pulled up my calculator. I sure did. Yeah, that's it.
So you're straight. You should be.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. All right. It is 8:12. You guys know where your children are. That's an old person joke. Yeah, I don't get that. Let's we're gonna wrap this joint up. Unless someone has another question. Oh, let me go to the chats, man. Man. Girl, you better work that contract. Oh, wow. All right. You guys, if you guys don't have anything else, no last minute questions, we're gonna go ahead and end this one. Stop the recording here. Going once, going twice. Nothing. Cool. All right. Well, stay till the next time, which will be Sunday. On Sunday at 7 p.m. You guys will get the email. See you guys on Sunday. Make sure you have some questions from there, and you guys take care. Let's kill it. Love you guys. Peace.